All right, everybody, settle down.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Second Shout Studios. Tonight we are playing Blood Runs Dry, an original visual novel by Sealy Beans over on Itch.io. You can support them on Itch.io or over on Ko-Fi to get the rest of this game made. This is just the demo, just the very first chapter. There's many more parts to follow, so if you want to see the rest of the story after tonight, go over there and support them, and don't forget to support us here as well. Are we ready, gang?
Woo!
Yeah.
Very ready.
Let's go. Days until coronation. 5.
I can hear shouts echoing from the throne room. Thank goodness I'm tasked with cleaning the art hall instead tonight. What am I even thinking? One of the other servants will still have to take care of that. Hopefully not Theresa. The shout is followed by a muffled cry. I hope no one's died. Prince Claude IV's outbursts tend to be bloody and, unprompted. Is this any better than the life I ran from? I continue to sweep the hall. After a few hours lost in my work, I hear the rhythmic clack of heeled shoes. Those aren't servants. I carefully turn my head to the sound. The servants have a certain nickname they call our reigning prince when he's not around. Even those right under his nose but can't help but murmur about his cruelty. We call him the Bloody Prince. I've been lucky enough that I've never had to come face to face with the fresh carnage he spilled. And now, the mere smell following him would have been enough to haunt me for the rest of my life. There's far, far more than the smell of blood clinging to him. Should I hide? I'm just a servant. It's not like he'd take umbrage with my presence. It'd be like being mad at a vase for seeing you. Still, I take some steps back. His eyes dart in my direction. A nasty grin peels on his mouth.
Ah, just what I needed. A servant.
Oh, what do you need, Your Majesty? My voice is quiet and calm. My breathing is long and even. Come on, stay calm.
Oh, you're not even going to scream? Have you cleaned the aftermath enough that you're immune?
He approaches me, the confidence in his stride and the dagger in his right hand making me wish to flee even more. I hope my long dress hides the shaking of my legs.
Speak when you're spoken to, servant. I asked you a question.
We have had to clean up after your messes quite a bit, Your Majesty. It takes a lot of willpower to stay here. Damn it. I was too focused on not showing fear that I've run my tongue. This is no way to speak to a prince. He laughs, a maniacal cackle that turns my blood cold.
It's no way to speak to your king, you know.
I try not to think too much about how my hands are positioned. They're not fidgeting, right? Nothing betrayed by them? You're not a king yet. Damn it! His expression sparks with shock. Did I genuinely take him off guard? He covers the surprise with another smug smile.
To say that to someone still wet with blood. Do you have a death wish, servant?
Before I can respond, the arm wielding the dagger rushes toward me. It presses against my throat.
I could do it easily, you know. So speak when you're spoken to.
No, I don't have a death wish. He cackles.
Then why did you say that? What did you expect?
I just told the truth. This is how I die, isn't it?
Even with a dagger on you, you don't take back your words.
He breaks into the widest smile yet.
And you haven't even screamed. You jumped a little before, but no scream. You are fascinating.
The pressure on the dagger lessens. I want to sigh in relief, but it's still too soon for that.
How would you like the privilege of cleaning up after my last dispute?
Oh, God.
Don't frown. I will compensate you quite the sum for it. A reward for entertaining me tonight, and for the work. Does that sound good?
Does that sound good? As if I'm in a position to refuse. I want to spit in his bloody face. Yes, Your Majesty. He steps back, removing the dagger completely. I ought to start now, then, shouldn't I?
I will leave you to it.
I feel like a hen stalked by a fox. And off he steps, his stride like an elegant gentleman, as if he didn't just put a knife to my throat. I walk away as well, making my way to the aftermath. As I approach the throne room, the stench grows. Bloody red footprints glimmer in the lamplight, made by heeled boots. I push open the large wooden doors with my left hand, a bucket of water clenched in my right. Oh, it's going really fast.
It goes automatically, just leave it.
Okay. I try not to think about it. And especially not look at it. It may be there, but I don't have to process it. I lose myself to the work instead. Hours pass, I assume. My clock is how dried the last bits of blood have become. When I wipe the last splatter, it's a crusted dark brown. The throne room looks good as new. It's like it never happened. I say a silent prayer for the dead man's soul. I didn't think I would ever pray again. I leave the wretched room. My shoe was greeted by a puddle. The hallway must have been cleaned by someone else while I handled the throne room. I assumed that would have been my duty as well. I'll have to find the servant responsible and thank them. Or apologize. I'm not sure which. Through the window I can see the pitch-black sky. It must be the witching hour. The only sound is crickets. And that? It sounds like someone dropping a cut of raw meat on the marble floor. Curses. It seems the brutal image is still in my head despite my best efforts. Down the hall, farther and farther. The sound grows louder. It must be right around the corner. I turn and I freeze. It's him. On the floor with a rag, a bucket of blood beside him. Fear and anger mingle between my ears. This vile man now makes a mockery of my work. I kick his bucket so hard that my shoe flings off. Liquid spills across the floor.
No, wait. That's... I suppose it makes sense.
The blood spreads out, growing, thinner. Wait, that's water with blood in it, diluted. And the rag. Were you cleaning, Your Majesty? I try to hide the shock from my voice. I'm less successful hiding it on my face.
You don't...
He trails off.
Don't tell anyone, all right? In fact, let's never speak of this again.
Is that an order, Your Majesty? He searches my expression for weakness.
I suppose it is.
You suppose? Why? Why would you order that but not commit to it? A suppose?
Fine. An order then.
Then why is it an order? Why would you even do this if you don't want it shared? To scare in some way?
Would you believe me if I said it was an apology?
I lose control of my expression, a scowl spreading on my face like the water on the floor. No. And how dare you?
You don't have to forgive me or accept this.
Well, I don't accept it. You want to apologize to someone? Apologize to that man! You took a life away, you... monster! Instead of the anger I expected in return, Prince Claude looks down at the ground and sighs.
I understand. And I would, if I could. It wasn't...
He stops right in the middle of his sentence. He stares at me with a worried expression. Couldn't even come up with an excuse. Spew your lies to someone else. You've already threatened me enough today. I walk away, not turning back to hear what he'll say next. Not going to retrieve my shoe. Not even stopping to see the look on his face. With each step forward, regret creeps in more and more. No, not regret. Fear. I'm going to die soon. There's no way this man won't kill me for that transgression. But it did feel good. I arrive at the servants' chambers, not stopping once on the way. To my relief, the others are already asleep. I don't think I could keep my cool if I discussed everything that happened. I end my day, although the horrors I witnessed don't lend me a calm night. Images of that dead man and spilled buckets of blood flash in my mind whenever I try to relax.
Days until coronation. 4.
The night felt both agonizingly long and like it passed in an instant. Soon, sunrise has arrived. The other servants stir faster than me. I feel like a bag of sand. I don't drag myself out of bed until everyone but Theresa has already left.
Ellie, are you alright? Could you be coming down with something?
I'm fine. It's...
Sweetheart. I noticed that you entered the chambers late last night. Was everything alright? Was work too strenuous?
I was told to clean the throne room.
Oh no.
Theresa, may I ask you something?
Of course, anything.
Have you ever seen the Bloody Prince clean anything? She laughs. And then blinks at me.
You're serious?
Yes.
Maybe he did when he was younger? You ought to ask Ophelia that, not me. She's dealt with him the longest.
Maybe you ought to ask her. She'd be less cold then. Theresa avoids my gaze.
Why are you asking such a strange question about the prince anyway?
I had a run-in with him. 2, actually.
And he was cleaning something?
Only the second time. The first time he drew a knife on me.
He what? If that man wasn't royalty, I would... Ugh! He would learn a lesson for once, I tell you what!
I sigh. Thank you, but that probably wouldn't end well.
Wouldn't end well for him.
I'm just... worried. I wasn't as courteous as I ought to have been with him. I'm scared.
I will have your back no matter what happens, okay?
Oh, there you are, Theresa. I need both of you to come into the kitchen, quick.
My blood goes cold. Her tone is deathly serious. There's even a hint of fear behind it. What is this about?
Just hurry up.
I'm sure it's not, Do you want me to leave, or to stay by your side?
That's very nice of you, but I need to get changed.
I'll wait for you outside then.
Theresa leaves the room. I change into my work clothes as fast as I can. I'm missing a shoe. I suppose I'll have to wear my slippers. Time is of the essence. I almost laugh. Not out of humor, of course, but the unfortunateness of it all. It's over, isn't it? All the servants stare, gawking. Theresa stands protectively nearby me.
There she is. That's the servant I'm looking for.
I shiver.
Yes, Eleanor, the prince asked for you specifically.
Let me speak to her.
You want to speak to a servant directly?
Are you questioning me?
No, your majesty, I just wasn't expecting you to want to talk to a servant yourself.
I've already spoken to this girl before.
The other servants in the room stiffen to attention. If all eyes weren't on me before, they are now.
Oh, very well.
You will be coming with me.
My head hangs. The sentence has been set.
He better not lay a hand.
Theresa.
Their whispers would normally be too faint to hear, but right now the room is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. The prince glances at this small interruption.
Oh, fret not. I'm not going to harm her.
She glares at him.
And you should thank your superior because she just saved you from getting your arm sawn off.
He looks back over at me.
Aren't you going to say anything?
Theresa. If I speak out, maybe it will make him forget about her interruption. If you're not harming me, then what is this?
Do you still doubt me? If I planned on hurting you, I would have done it yesterday. I don't wait on this sort of thing.
He speaks with a sense of pride. Disgusting.
I've needed a personal servant. Consider this a promotion.
I can see the servants look at each other out of the corner of my eye. This is unheard of. Ophelia is the only one maintaining her stoic professionalism. I open my mouth to respond.
A promotion you can't refuse.
The intended words get caught in my throat. Yes, Your Majesty. He turns around and begins to leave. I follow his footsteps out of the kitchen. I can hear the murmur bubble as soon as I leave the room. It feels as if I've done something wrong, despite the fact I had no control over this. We keep walking up the stairs until we reach the royal chambers. The room is extravagant, yet barely feels lived in. Portraits of the royal family line the walls, each one with an equally judgmental stare. I shouldn't be here. My nerves tell me to run. But I just stare at the portraits like I'm bewitched. There's no portraits of Prince Claude. I suppose he hasn't been coronated yet.
They're lovely, aren't they?
I jump a little.
A long line of royals. Do you have a legacy that can even remotely compare to that? You can talk to me here.
No.
That's it.
What does he want from me?
I brought you here because I find you interesting, you know.
Huh?
So you can speak your mind, I will allow it.
That's not true. In fact, let me prove it. That's not true.
Why would you say that?
Because when I said something out of turn to you the first time, you pulled a knife on me. I have no reason to trust your word.
Wonderful. This is the sort of thing that's so rare. That other servant got close, but didn't have the guts. As wonderful as intimidation is, there is something delicious about people who still stand up to me despite that. And you are terrified of me, which makes it even more interesting. I'm sure you can understand why one meeting wasn't enough.
So that's why you were cleaning last night. All smugness is wiped off his face.
I would never sully my hands like that.
I saw you. You were cleaning the floor. That's the most sullied hands can be.
No. I would never do that. Whatever you saw, you were wrong.
That's the most suspicious thing I've ever heard. You can speak your mind here. It's allowed. The corner of my mouth twitches upward. He stares at me, a burning anger in his eyes.
Oh. You're very interesting indeed.
Silence burns a hole in our conversation. Soon, he commands me to wash the floors. He takes a seat at his desk, writing things down. I roll up the rug and lean it against the wall. As the minutes pass, the only sound is my wet rag against marble. Silence may be awkward, but it's preferred to him making conversation. I glance at him again. What is he writing?
I can hear when you stop, you know.
Damn it, of course. My apologies. He looks back over at me.
A peasant like you has no idea what I'm doing, do you?
I glare. He grins even more in response.
Well, you've caught me there. This isn't actually royal work. The duties I had for today have been postponed. Did you hear that? Apparently an important advisor died. Oh my! It actually has thrown off the coronation schedule, though. Bit of a shame. I'm sure you've gotten word of it.
No, I missed the morning meeting. Because you brought me here.
It will be in 10 days' time now.
I wasn't put on coronation duty anyway. Wait, but that's probably not true anymore. Is there anything I'll need to do for that?
That's... Actually, that is a good question.
He scrawls something on a page next to his book. I thought that wasn't royal work.
I didn't write it in the diary, it's just a note for later.
So that's your diary.
Of course. When you're as important as me, it can be beneficial to keep track of your life for future historians.
I roll my eyes.
I saw that.
Damn it. I can't forget I'm in the room of a madman.
I suppose it makes sense. Keeping a record of one's life must seem absurd to peasants who come from nowhere.
I didn't come from nowhere. My words have more bite than I intended.
Oh? But you said you don't have a legacy.
Not one comparable to a prince, but that doesn't mean I don't have one. I was raised by a cleric. He protects people from spirits.
Oh? But if you had that much respect for some paltry magician's life, then why are you here?
If he thinks I'm so interesting, it would help if he wouldn't be so patronizing about it. It just wasn't for me. My family. No, I don't want to tell him about that. You may love your legacy, but I wanted to forge my own.
Why this, then? You wanted to forge a legacy by serving someone else's? How foolish.
When the queen died, I had heard her son was kinder. An honest work sum for a kind prince would be a great way to start my own life.
It's a shame you were so wrong. I don't know why you would expect anything else. We've held these values for generations. Kindness is not something we have respect for. It wedges you out of your seat of power.
The royal family has been nothing if not consistent with its goals. They haven't changed anything about their ruling style in centuries. It's why we all hoped he would be different.
But if you keep this up, maybe you'll still get a good sum.
He laughs to himself, then goes back to his work. The sound of my rag against the floor becomes the only sound in the room again. The next few hours are full of similar silence. The only changes are the sun's position in the sky, a brief break to eat supper, and what task I've been assigned to. After fetching hot water for his bath, Prince Claude ordered me to take his laundry to be cleaned. The dirty laundry is kept in the closet. The opulence of his clothes make me feel sick. And they got so dirty. For a prince, he acts like he was raised in a barn. I start by collecting the long robes. They're blood-stained. I'm not surprised. Under the train of one of the robes, there's something. It's a bucket. Wait. I lean forward, peering into its basin. Within it, there's a rag. And a shoe. My shoe. I never doubted that what happened last night was real, but it's still eerie to see this here. Why wouldn't he mention it? Is he planning on using it against me? But why? He's the prince. It's not like he would need proof that I offended him. He could kill me and no one would stop him. But then why would he hide it at all? I suppose the prince has never been predictable to begin with. Either way, I ought to take this back with me as soon as possible. If he's hid it, then it's part of nothing good. And since he's in the bath right now, this is probably my only opportunity to do so. With this much laundry, I won't be able to carry it all in the bucket in one trip. I resolve to do it in two, even if that means I have to climb up all these stairs twice. I place the bucket at the bottom of the laundry basket, and then pile the clothes on top. Theresa is back in the servants' chambers.
Ellie, thank goodness. I was so worried that I'd never see you again.
I was too.
How was it? He didn't hurt you, did he?
He didn't, but it certainly wasn't pleasant. I was tasked with cleaning his room, no longer needing to hide the disgust in my voice or face. I scowl.
Was there blood everywhere?
No, only on... I gesture to the robes in my arms.
I see.
In fact, as much as I'd love to tell you all about my day, I ought to hurry up back there. There was enough that I had to take more than one trip, and I don't want to make him angry.
You still have more to do? It's nearly night.
He seems to have started his own nightly ritual, so I hope it's safe to assume this is my last task of the day. But considering last night, there's no guarantee with that man. Either way, it's better if I get there sooner rather than later. Theresa nods along.
Good luck.
I drop the robes off, and then head back up that long set of stairs. As I approach his door, I can hear something.
Where did that girl go?
Is he talking to someone? I make my footsteps as light as I can and peek through the crack of the door.
She must have left. I was going to dismiss her anyway. A shame, though. I was hoping to toy with her more.
He takes a step to the side. However, it's shaky, completely different from the way he'd held himself before.
I can feel you getting tired. Ugh.
You? A shiver goes down my spine.
Have you been sabotaging your sleep to spite me?
The prince takes a hand and grabs at his forehead. His fingernails scrape at seemingly nothing. But the more he scrapes, the clearer it is. It's a thin, softly glowing membrane. Like when a snake sheds their skin. It falls off his face in a long sheet. He tenderly grasps the gossamer strip like it will blow away in the wind, and then he rips it off his whole body in one violent motion. It floats in the air. And even for something that light, I can tell it ought to have fallen already. And the parts of this skin, the mirrors of the prince's arms and legs, they fill with air. They move. They move like a human's. And even though I know there's no muscle or bone, I can see it shifting under the skin. Soon, that breath of life reaches his face. That's not Prince Claude's face at all. Oh, God. I'm seeing a ghost. A real ghost. I, too, feel like just a skin. Time stretches, my brain playing back on the impossible moment on repeat. I don't even realize that the prince had spoken until the ghost replies.
No? Well, good. Your body may be disgusting, but if I have to make it rest myself to prevent your insolence, I will.
Yes. I'll rest early.
Ghost grins, the same eerie grin the prince wears. Or used to wear. Right now, he lies crumpled on the floor.
Good. That's my boy.
He laughs. His body sinks down, through the floor. Only an echo of his laugh remains. I exhale. I hadn't even realized I was holding my breath. It still feels like I'm pinned in space. The prince begins to groan. He sounds as much like a ghost as the one I just witnessed. He shambles to the door like a husk. I can't bring myself to move. He pushes open the door.
It's you.
His eyes light up when he sees me. But not in the cold and sadistic way from before. The new look in his eyes still fills me with fear, even if it's devoid of cruelty. I've seen him like this before.
Did you see that?
My face responds before my voice can make an attempt.
You did?
He sounds happy?
Oh, this is wonderful.
He lunges toward me. In a hug.
I'm so... It's been so long,
Droplets drip onto my shoulder. I have never felt so confused in my life.
I apologize. I didn't explain anything. This is probably awful for you.
He lets go.
I should have asked you first. It's just been ages since I was able to speak to someone like...
He stops himself, deeply inhaling.
Here. Just... You must be confused.
Very.
Let me explain everything to you. Follow me.
Goes back into the royal bedchamber, and I follow.
Please, make yourself comfortable.
He pats the pillow on his extravagant bed, offering me a place to sit. While his expression is gentle, the fact that it's on his face alone makes my skin squirm. Still, I don't exactly know what happened with that ghost, but the prince is acting completely different now that he's gone. I'm probably fine. I hope. I take a seat at the head of the bed. He sits at the foot, giving me plenty of room. He inhales.
So, you saw him leave my body.
You're possessed.
That ghost is my great-great-grandfather, King Claude the First. He's been possessing every ruler since his death.
He's Prince Claude the Fourth, so... King Claude the Second, King Claude the Third, and Queen Claudette as well? His hands grip the fine silk sheets. He quietly nods. A rather stupid question stumbles off my lips before I can stop it. Did he name you all Claude? The prince looks up at me in surprise. And he laughs.
I suppose he did.
Then his face falls.
That shows how he views us. We're disposable bodies that keep him on the throne.
Did you grow up knowing?
No. I only learned when my mother died. he moved on to his next body.
Prince Claude pulls his legs up on the bed and hugs them.
And I couldn't. He has this spell or something. I wanted to tell you earlier, but I couldn't.
His voice grows into a scream. I think I understand. If ghosts are in the realm of possibility, then this isn't so unbelievable. You're supernaturally prevented from telling anyone. He nods his head violently. But since I found out on my own...
I deeply apologize. I shouldn't have screamed.
He takes a shaky breath.
I haven't been as polite as I ought to be, and you've had to learn so much so fast. I apologize for embracing you like that. I should have asked first. You're the first person who's known what's going on. I felt like I was going to die in silence.
Tears follow the already wet paths on his cheeks.
Watching everyone stare at me in fear every day, hearing my own voice belittle people, watching my own hands...
He quickly inhales air in a hiccup. I move a little closer to him on the bed. I'm sorry that... Hold on. I'm not sorry. I shouldn't lie to him. I'm not sorry for looking at your body in fear, or kicking over that bucket. I had no way of knowing, and King Claude I, he deserved that cruelty. But I'm sorry that you had to experience it. I can't even imagine how horrible it must have been. He wipes a tear from his eye.
I don't want you to apologize for any of that. I admire how brave you are with him.
Brave?
Of course. You said things to him I could never muster up the will to.
Any time I talked back to him was stupid, not brave. It didn't earn me anything but a risk to my life.
I suppose, but it gave me hope to see someone talk harshly to him, at least a little.
I stare at him. His soft expression. I really know nothing about him. All I know is... You cleaned the floors yesterday. He perks up.
Yes, that was me. Stop agonizing about what he made you do, so I thought I could at least aid you.
Perhaps I feel a little sorry for the bucket. If I knew, I wouldn't have done what I did.
It's all right. I would do the same in your situation. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't have.
Hey!
Because I wouldn't have the strength to go against him.
He laughs.
And it didn't take as long to clean as you probably think. It was nowhere near as arduous as your work.
you're okay with it. Why did you keep the bucket in the closet? I was convinced that that was part of some scheme.
Huh? Oh, you were organizing there, so of course you'd see. I couldn't return to the servants' quarters that day. I was trying to avoid seeing you again. Because you clearly were upset. Because you clearly were upset from our last encounter. Not because I was hurt by what...
I get what you mean.
And if the first had seen your shoe, well, he probably wouldn't recognize it was yours, but he would know I did something last night. It would have gone unfavorably, so I hid it under the laundry. He would never check there.
You call him the first.
In my head, it's weird to call him Claude, and I don't want to dignify him by calling him king, so...
Because the true prince is you? Eh, Your Majesty?
Please don't call me that. You can just call me Claude. No need for majesties or anything, it's a bit like salt in the wound.
Not being able to rule hurts you that much? He doesn't exactly seem like the power-hungry type. Claude turns his head towards me, flickering sadness in his eyes. I feel a rush of glee to see him like this. Damn it, that's just cruel of me. He's not the same person.
Obviously, it's more than that.
I just meant... How much do you want to rule?
I don't. I don't really know how I feel about the idea of ruling. I used to look forward to it, but now... It's foolish to daydream at all.
But what if you did a little?
I'd want to repair the broken state of the kingdom. Rule with kindness to all subjects. I know that's a simple goal, but still. What about you? What would you do if you could rule?
What would I do? I think I'd get rid of ruling altogether.
Really?
I don't know. Seems like royal bloodlines are more trouble than they're worth is all.
I agree with you there.
Claude leans back, staring up at the canopy of his bed.
Thank you.
For what?
Being here?
That's not something to thank me for. It was just luck. Good or bad.
I'm so glad someone knows.
Should I tell the others? Get the word out?
No, not unless you have a real plan. He's terrifying and powerful. If he found out people knew, there'd be a massacre.
So I ought to try to act the same as I did before knowing. Do you know where the first is now?
No, but I believe he keeps watch outside. At the beginning I tried to flee at night, but whenever I left the castle he'd find me and possess me again.
He didn't when you were still in the castle. He shakes his head.
I suppose that could also mean he only acts when I leave, but I don't think he's omnipotent. He probably keeps watch somewhere. It's still only a guess. Perhaps he only did that the first few nights when he knew I would try to escape. Or perhaps he has a few servants who know. I don't know.
He sighs. We sit in silence for a while, the adrenaline dying down. I can hear his quiet breathing. My heart and my head feel torn in two directions. I know logically that it wasn't him who slaughtered that man. But seeing him vulnerable like this, hearing his quiet breathing, my instincts tell me to strike him now. Get revenge on all the people he hurt. I stand up from the bed.
Huh? Where are you going?
I ought to head back.
Can you stay a little longer?
I don't think that's a good idea. You said so yourself. We don't want to make people suspicious. Staying too long with you would be incredibly strange.
Will you return tomorrow? Even if it's only for a little?
Of course. The same time? He nods enthusiastically. I turn to the door.
And Eleanor? Thank you. Again.
You're welcome. I smile and leave. Heading back to the servants' quarters feels like waking up from a surreal nap. My brain's still parsing what's real or not. When I return to the quarters, it's quiet. Quiet enough that I would assume everyone was asleep. However, when I slip into bed with a creak, I feel everyone shift to take a glance at me. No one speaks. I pretend not to notice and drift off to sleep.
Days until coronation. 9.
With a startle, I awake to a servant nudging my arm. Uh-huh.
You've overslept. The prince is asking for you again.
I overslept? I'm normally on top of this. But it occurs to me that I barely slept the night prior. My apologies.
Don't apologize to me. Apologize to your majesty.
He doesn't like... I stop myself from finishing that sentence. My brain is still too groggy. I rise from my bed. I never even changed out of my clothes from yesterday. The servant also takes notice of that fact.
Normally I would ask you to change into a different set, but we don't have the luxury of time. Follow me.
I'm greeted with the same smug face I accepted. I have to remind myself that this isn't his normal expression.
And this is still Noah.
Okay, cool. Trying to sleep through our time together?
My apologies. Inhale. Your Majesty.
Let's not waste any more time then. Bring my washed robes with you.
I do just that, avoiding the eyes of the other servants on my way through. Their judgmental stares cut deep. I suppose Claude feels like this all the time. How should I spend my time with him? The first. I have to hide that I know, but I don't want to waste the moments I can learn more about him. It's not like I'd learn more about him if I asked. He is playing the part of another, after all. Perhaps I can learn more about Claude then. That's wishful thinking. When we reach his room, I return the robes to the closet.
You headed back before I properly dismissed you last night.
When I finished your clothing, you were still in the bath. It was at the point that work is ended, so I saw myself out.
Do not do that again, servant. You will be officially dismissed when I say from now on. Count yourself lucky that I'm sparing your punishment.
I nod, allowing my sigh of relief to only be internal. If I was murdered today, then all this effort would be for nothing.
Due to recent events, my royal duties today are also lax. Although I will be returning to the royal court soon. You will finish making this room like new, and I will continue to make sure it's done correctly.
I take to my first tasks. Simple reorganizing of the space. I recall what he told me the day prior. That in here, I don't have to be spoken to speak. I ought to take advantage of that. Oh, choices!
Choices!
Choices! Going in for the weaknesses first is really funny, but maybe
That is really
let's not do
funny.
that. Let's start talking. Ooh, I see afterlife in the chat. Sure, let's go afterlife. I straighten out the pure white sheets of his bed. They remind me of the first's sheer form. Do you believe in any form of afterlife?
What's prompting this?
I was thinking about the man from the other day.
I think there's probably something, but the idea is fuzzy and non-distinct to me. Not that it even matters anyway. What about you? Do you believe in an afterlife?
It's complicated.
Your father was a cleric, correct? Was that part of his teachings?
Yes, it was a focus, actually. He believes in an afterlife, but also spirits who reject it. The after images of people whose regrets keep them from moving on, and all the rituals to try to help them do such. I study his expression to see if I can get a glimpse of the accuracy of my father's beliefs, but his sneer doesn't show his hand.
I see. So it's complicated in the way it functions.
No, it's complicated in the sense that I stopped believing in it.
Oh? And why is that?
Through all the cases I saw him tackle, I never found anything that couldn't be explained away using logic.
I see.
If they were real, then I don't know how they were supposed to resolve their own regrets if they can't even prove their own existence.
I don't understand such a ridiculous system anyway. Do these spirits awaken knowing what regret they need to be resolved? Does an angel descend down with a golden scroll to list the steps they need to reach the afterlife?
Actually, that's pretty accurate to his beliefs.
What a hoot! Your father's biggest blind spot is assuming the passage between life and death would be any clearer than that of being born. We don't have angels to guide us there. Why would it be any different? It's all just wishful thinking that death will bring some kind of answers.
So is that confirmation of my father's teaching being wrong? Or just him speaking as Claude the Fourth again? Is this line of questioning even worth anything? Let's talk about me. Why is he so interested in me? I organize inside his dresser drawers, folding some of his more disorganized items of apparel, including his undergarments. It brings a fleeting question in my mind to the forefront. Your Majesty?
Yes, servant.
What are your intentions being so interested in me like this?
I find you fascinating. I want you to entertain me.
But should I even bring it up? Is that too much a risk? What does entertain mean, coming from you?
Relax, servant. I don't intend on torturing you or anything of the sort. I want to hear you talk, to wrestle with how much I can tell you hate me.
He grins devilishly. So, I inhale. You didn't pick me out of any sort of attraction?
What?
He looks offended.
Disgusting, disgusting, wretched. I would never even think of participating in such debauchery of the flesh. If this is what you want of me, then leave my chambers at once.
What a relief. I feel the same. I just wanted to make sure your reasoning was clear.
I would never pick a servant for a reason like that. Never bring up this topic again.
He looks like he's going to throw up. It's kind of funny. why that made me laugh so much.
It's a good line of
Ew,
questioning.
women, no.
Ew!
It's like me for real, for
That's
real.
gross.
Just like me for real, for real. I would never think of it. Ew.
Oh.
Girls are yucky.
Ew.
They are, dude.
He may be a murderer, but he's not horny. Oh my god. Okay.
What do you want to ask him?
Should we just go for weaknesses? I mean, that's...
Up to y'all.
Guys, help. I don't want to do this alone.
You're the lead, Suffer.
Okay,
Sorry. Great line of questioning in the chat. Killing people? Absolutely. Women? Ew. Those are yucky.
It's true.
Okay, big question though. Is he into men? Why is he so violent?
Okay, let's go violent. We gotta get away from this.
I mean, boys kissing. Anyways.
As I move on, I begin to organize his side table. There's a long and thin dagger lying next to the bed, where a sane person would keep a glass of water. I pick it up to examine it. There's a name for this kind of weapon, but I don't know it. It's foolish, but I feel a little pride in the fact I don't know.
That's a stiletto.
Ah,
Its thin form makes it ideal for piercing into someone's heart, or between plate armor.
why are you so focused on battle?
How euphemistic. Most of my victims are not participants in a battle. They are cattle to be slaughtered. To a slaughter.
How much does he trust me to say things this upsetting when I'm holding this stiletto? No, it's not trust. This too is a show of power. He's proving that even with a weapon I can't stand against him. Forgive me for trying to put it lighter, Your Majesty. I shall rephrase. Why are you so violent? To the point where it's not a battle, but a slaughter.
It's strange. I didn't think I would get a question like this. It's simple. I enjoy it.
That's it?
Well, it's about showing that I must be feared as well. But, to put it simply, if I only wanted fear, I wouldn't go this far. I find it fun. It satisfies something within me, like scratching an itch.
My grip on the blade tightens. I fantasize about plunging it into one of his eye sockets. But then I'd just be hurting Claude, wouldn't I? I wonder if that's part of it. If he goes so far because he isn't flesh and blood anymore. Is the thrill just better for the dead? Does it make him feel alive? Or maybe he's trying to make more ghosts. Create some kind of ghost army. Now that I've put that thought into words, I realize how ridiculous it sounds. Ooh, let's ask about his family. I want to know what he says about himself, honestly. As my work draws me to organize near the portraits on the walls, I use the opportunity to my advantage. Can you tell me more about them? Your family?
Or, didn't I already tell you? They're the greatest legacy out there.
That's not actually information, though. That's something anyone could tell me. You were the prince. I wanted to hear the personal relationships that you had with these legends.
Personal?
I wonder if he's struggling to remember what only Claude the Fourth would know.
See, my mother kept me at an arm's length. She taught me about strength that way. A true ruler shouldn't grow attached to their people, not even their own offspring. The act of ruling is about amassing power and using whatever means you have to do so. Whatever means you have to do so. If you grow soft, you lose that ability to gain strength.
I don't see why that would be true. Why would being soft impede that? You can still get power that way. If anything, it'd be more effective. Alliances, for one thing.
You know nothing. That is not strength. It is other people trying to cover your own weakness. It doesn't actually solve the problem of being weak, just postpones it.
This gives me a rather ugly portrait of Claude's childhood. Speaking of weaknesses, while we're on the topic, just like, do you have any, or? Oh, dang it! No, if I was that straightforward, he'd certainly know something was up. Or at the least, he wouldn't tell me anything helpful. Alright, I guess our only one left is... as overall goes. As I push in his desk chair, I pause and stare out the window. The decorative gardens in the royal yard are so lovely to look at. It almost makes you forget what a horrible place it is within.
My land is beautiful, isn't it?
His chest swells with pride. Very. What do you plan to do with it? The land. What are your goals?
Well, the garden is already in its perfect form. I don't wish to change it.
No, I mean... You're going to be coronated soon. What are you going to do with your position?
Trying to find my secret plans. Well, my goal is just to continue what my mother started. Coronation is an empty service, anyway. It's not like my position will change in any meaningful way. I've already been acting in her place. But I don't plan on trying anything large as soon as I get coronated. The official changing of crowns gets the public in a stir. I'd rather not play with fire.
So... I think back on Queen Claudette's policies. Continuation of the war, along with a mandatory draft. Violent punishment to all crimes, a tax to be paid to you. Maybe I shouldn't just say the bad things. Encouragement of literacy?
I see you're putting some effort into it. But yes, those are some basic elements. I want to expand my empire to our neighbors, but I'm quite willing to play the long game for it.
Only because you're not on the front lines. So, you just want political stasis?
You say that like it's a bad thing.
The Empire has always been eerily static in its policy for centuries, not changing with new blood on the throne. Of course, that makes more sense now. Why are you willing to go into so much detail of your ruling plans to a servant?
Because what are you going to do? I'm not pulling the rug from anyone. My plans are simple, and you are just a servant. There's no dramatics here.
As much as I despise him, he does have a point. There isn't any reason for him to make a big secret plan if he's been so comfortable on the throne for so long. Maybe this complacency can be used against him. But I don't have any grand plans either. The time stretches on, the sun dipping down in the sky. Soon it's dinner. I am sent to retrieve his feast for the night. When I arrive in the kitchen, there's hustle and bustle. Theresa passes by, followed by Ophelia, both carrying heavy boxes. My nose winces a bit to smell them, as it's the scent of manure and dirt. Earthy. Oh, but wait. I know what that means. The new vegetables arrived today. Ophelia turns her head to me.
Oh, are you here for the prince's food? The chef's just finished it. It's by the hearth.
That wasn't the question. Yes, this is the new stock. Just arrived.
Is it late this week?
Yes.
We're not entirely sure what the issue was, but I doubt that your majesty will notice that his meal isn't as fresh as it normally is.
His palate probably isn't actually that refined. Don't tell him I said that.
Oh, obviously. I laugh and then take the meal from their hearth. I have to use both hands to hold the tray. It's made of fine silver. My hands tremble holding it. It's worth more than I've ever made.
Oh, queue long enough.
He's waiting by the door. My apologies, Your Majesty. I didn't want to spill the food.
Fine. I don't like eating in front of others anyway.
So I went all this way to leave again?
No. You haven't had anything to eat yourself.
So you are going to watch me eat?
Hmm? Well, when you say it like that, it sounds incredibly low.
That's not a no.
I don't plan on watching. I just think it would be funny to make you taste something far above what you normally are given. The pain of something you then can't eat every day.
I stare at him flatly. Compared to the murder, this is frankly pathetic. Oh, the nefarious scheme. Are you sure you don't want to eat any of this? It's better when still warm. He looks away, lip turned up in disgust. Oh. This is a ghost thing, isn't it?
I said no, and I don't have to go into detail. Did you forget who you're addressing?
It absolutely is. Fine. I'll eat this delicious cake and food, I guess. I look around the room. Where do I even sit? I'd rather not mess up anything I just cleaned. I open the door.
Where are you going?
I'm not going to dirty your freshly cleaned floors.
Cut the portions in half and leave some here first. I'm not going to let you waste food, or God forbid poison me.
Fine. And so, I have the food. He leaves his portion on the tray at his desk. I carry mine out on a plate and then eat it in the hallway. It's a strange moment of reflection. Even though the food was cut in half, it's far more than enough. I'm not quite sure if I can finish this. I'm not going to let you waste food means I'd rather not figured out what would happen if I didn't eat this at all. I finished the whole thing. It's delicious. Obviously, I knew the highest quality food went to him, but there's a difference between the detached word quality and tasting how rich and tender this meat is. It's marbled with fat as well. The whole thing is the definition of luxury. But I'm incredibly full. Ugh, I already regret doing that. I hope I don't get sick later. I go back in the room. His portion on the tray is gone. My eyebrows raise. I thought you weren't going to eat it warm.
Don't they teach pests like you to knock?
His face is a mess. He wipes it up quickly with a napkin. How fast did you eat that? Gross.
I don't like eating around others.
Doesn't answer my question. Just don't throw up. I guess the dead forget their manners. After dinner, I tackle a few more tasks, but then the day concludes. It's around the time I ought to be heading back, or saying I'll be heading back soon, I suppose.
This was a rather talkative day for you.
It's only our second day. I think there's still a lot both of us have to discover about each other. He snickers at that.
2 objects of interest. I'm going to see myself to bed soon. You're officially dismissed, servant.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I give a polite curtsy and leave the chamber. When I reach the hallway, I pause. I am not entirely sure when to check back in his room. Doing so too early could ruin everything. I decide to head back down to the servants' quarters. Perhaps I'll talk to Theresa. When I return to the kitchen, I can smell something delicious in the air. Theresa is cooking a soup. That smells wonderful.
Ellie! Are you still hungry? I'm making the first dish with the new vegetables.
A playful giggle ends her sentence. Unfortunately, no. Ugh, I'm still incredibly full.
Oh, not even a little?
No, the prince wanted me to eat dinner and dessert with him.
Wow, so you got the good food? He's not trying to manipulate you like that, right? Because even if he gives you caviar and cakes, he's a despicable man.
Don't worry, he wasn't trying to win me over.
I'm sorry you're stuck with him. He still doesn't hurt you, right?
No, it's just... so... so exhausting. I'm on the edge all the time. She gives a hum of understanding.
If you ever want to run away, I would cover for you.
Huh?
If it gets too exhausting, you could run away to another village. Change your name or something. You're new enough that I think you could pull it off. We're just worried about you.
We?
Ophelia and I.
She looks away, a slight blush in her cheeks.
I'm having dinner with her.
Congratulations! I'll leave you to that, actually.
You sure the soup's not done yet?
I'm sure. I bet the food will turn out great.
All right. Don't forget what I told you, though.
I won't. I move to the room I stay in and change into something more casual. Then I head to the stairs to exit the servants' quarters.
Ellie?
Ah, she heard me.
Where are you going?
I wanted to head to the library, do some reading.
Oh, bring back an interesting book for me. It's been a while since I've read myself.
Will do. Wait, damn it. Now I'm going to have to go to the library. I hope Claude doesn't mind.
You want to go to the library?
I was lucky enough that the first had already left him when I arrived. Well, more accurately, I lied and said I was going there, and then my friend wanted me to get a book for her. So we're forced to go to the library. You can stay behind if you'd like. His face lights up.
I love the library, don't worry. And anywhere I can talk to someone is perfect. I wouldn't care if we went to a cesspit.
All right, let's head out then. I lead the way from his room to the library. I can feel him following close on my heels, and despite myself, I keep checking to make sure he doesn't pull anything. It's instinct. As long as he's behind me, I feel as if I'll be stabbed in the back. I let out a sigh of relief when we arrive. When I look at him, he's avoiding my gaze. Damn it. You probably noticed that sigh. Do you, have a favorite genre? Wait, does the first give you much time to read in the first place?
Well, I have the time to read. Well, I have the time before bed, like now, so if I have a book, I'll read a few chapters. It's not like there's a lot of other things I can do. And my favorite genre is romance.
You shouldn't be embarrassed by that. Romance is an incredibly popular category.
I suppose it's just frivolous, and I don't want to give off the wrong impressions.
What, do you think I don't read romance too?
You do?
I laugh. Why is that so surprising? Did you think I couldn't read or something?
Oh, no, you just seem so much more put together, so I wasn't sure.
Put together? I don't see why that would change anything. It's just books about love. That has universal appeal. He still looks flustered. Are royals expected to have arranged marriages and whatnot? Is romance in general taboo?
Oh, not at all. We were encouraged to find love, to continue the bloodline. Those before me got to get married before they ruled. But the first doesn't like when he can feel any sort of love.
Ah, I should have assumed.
But I'd at least like to be able to dance freely with someone someday.
I'm not much of a dancer.
Oh, I wasn't suggesting that we do. If I pulled something or danced so much that I was sore, then the first would be suspicious.
For something that small? I suppose we both have that in common, having to be on edge because of him. We walk towards where the fiction is stored, this time with Claude leading the way. He must have noticed how uncomfortable I was being in front of him.
He likes to avoid a lot of the human parts of inhabiting a body. Love, anxiety. My feelings can affect that. It's strange. He cares so much about remaining alive, but hates having a body.
It is quite strange. I mean, he refused to eat in front of me, and then wolfed it down while I wasn't in the room. He was human before. It's just childish.
I hated that. Ugh.
His voice rises with more indignation than I was expecting.
I have to eat for him because he despises the feeling, but he never gives him the time to savor anything. I'm forced to eat as fast as possible so he can get back in control. My apologies. I shouldn't have raised my voice.
Oh, you don't have to apologize. It didn't even occur to me that you were the one who ate that. You know, I should make you a nice meal one of these nights. One that's just for you. Then you can take as long as you want enjoying every bite.
That's... You don't know how long I've wanted to hear someone say something like that.
I scan the shelves, looking for a book I think he might like. I still don't know a lot about him. But judging by how mousy he is, and his circumstances, maybe this one would work. I think you might like this one. It's about a woman who falls in love with a guardian angel.
An angel?
They're someone else's guardian, though, so the more time they spend together, the more they're putting their job at risk. It's about forbidden love, but also since the romantic interest is an otherworldly holy being, it's still rather safe feeling.
That sounds so sweet. An angel.
Hmm?
Sorry, I just remembered what you said about your father believing they came down from the sky to talk to the deceased.
He smiles gently.
The first laughed it off, so it probably isn't true. It's a nice thought, though.
Oh, I didn't realize that you heard what I told the first. My hand nervously rubs against my arm. I don't really like to talk about it. I didn't believe in what he did for a long time. It's kind of a cruel twist of fate that, in a way, he's right.
I know that you just stated that you don't like to talk about it, but can I ask why?
I look up at his face. A face that a few days ago I never would have guessed could look so earnest and pleading. I suppose all this talk of spirits directly involves him. Well, I would see all this phenomena that he said was caused by spirits, and as a child I found it so fascinating. But I grew up. And then, when my mom died, he took it hard. Of course he would. I did as well. But he just got obsessed with finding her spirit, and I glance up at Claude, not even aware of how I was avoiding his gaze. The whole thing was a mess. Didn't help him at all.
Eleanor, can I,
He awkwardly outstretches a hand toward me. Is he trying to put it on my shoulder? I flinch away. I don't want to be touched. He stops immediately.
My apologies. Just, I lost a mother recently is all, so it's not the same situation, but I understand what it's like to have a complicated relationship with a parent.
He softly smiles. I politely smile back, mostly to try and keep the awkwardness out of my body language. From what the first said, it was a lot worse than complicated.
Well, the first didn't have the whole story. Not that it's funny. I've only really gotten an understanding of it now that it's over. It's almost ironic, in a way.
I suppose from your perspective it would just seem like she was a monster until the night, huh?
Well, it was more than the night, actually. She would become warm and kind for a few days every month, and during that time she would always apologize to me and tell me all these strange things. Before I knew what was truly going on, I believe she might have had some sort of mental disturbance that she didn't always have control over. When she would talk to me, that's the impression I got. So, even if the way she treated me hurt, I couldn't hate her for it. Not when her moments of kindness meant so much to me.
Claude. In this case, it might have turned out that you were right, and that it wasn't her fault. But what you went through was terrible, and you shouldn't have had to go through it. What happened with your mom? That's not how it works for everyone else. So, I don't know. The way you described that scared me a little.
I scared you? I'm sorry.
No, not you. I'm scared you're going to get hurt again. Don't just let people hurt you just because they were kind to you, Claude.
Let? I didn't have a choice. I was a kid.
His defensive tone takes me off guard, and I take a small step back. His face falls as he notices.
Eleanor.
That's not what I meant. I meant that if something else happens, if you have a chance to do something, to leave, you ought to do it.
I'm not like you. My life doesn't have choices. All I can do is endure. I found meaning in what I had to go through. What you said, it doesn't help me.
I exhale slowly. I'm sorry. But I don't really mean it. I didn't say anything wrong, after all. I just gave him advice. I still am not quite sure how to view him, but I don't want him to hurt even more than he already does.
Thank you. I'm sorry as well. I didn't mean to shout. I don't like to do that.
Especially since we're in a library. I smile, and he does too.
Yeah, exactly.
Claude takes a seat at one of the armchairs. I continue to look through the shelves for something to give Theresa. One book stands out to me. Some story about political intrigue. She likes a good mystery. I tuck it under my arm for safekeeping. I'm going to leave for the night.
I didn't upset you that much, did I?
Huh? No, of course not.
Then, can you stay? Please, a little longer?
I sigh. It's hard to say no to his pleading face. All right, but only a little. I don't like to stay up late.
Well, thank you.
I sit down in another chair nearby him. Do you want me to make conversation?
You don't have to do all that. I just like to have you in the room.
Is he embarrassed? All right. He doesn't get that often, does he? It's not like anyone would want to be nearby him of their own free will, thanks to his reputation. And, like he said, all he can do is endure it. I don't have to endure it. I could leave if I wanted to. I guess my life is luxurious to him. I could leave if I wanted to. Maybe I ought to endure something myself. For him. My father's a cleric.
I know that.
It's his job to exercise spirits. Claude shifts uncomfortably in his seat.
Where are you going with this?
I can bring him here. He can fix this.
What? Eleanor, I don't think you've thought this through.
What do you mean? He's the most qualified person I know for this.
The first would kill him! It doesn't matter how much faith you have in your father's abilities. He's massacred countless others. And he can command soldiers, the royal guard. He wouldn't even have to do it himself. I wouldn't want your father to die. I don't want to be forced to kill him. And I doubt the first would even let you leave to begin with.
You're right. He wouldn't, would he?
And I... never mind. It was foolish.
I furrow my brow, but I don't push him any further. He begins to read his book instead. And I stay, even if I'm not doing much. I read a little of a book I just picked at random. Soon, when exhaustion stings my eyes, I stand up and begin to leave.
Eleanor?
He looks up from his book.
I'm sorry. And thank you for staying. It doesn't go unappreciated.
I smile. Good night. He waves to me as I leave. In the servants' chambers, Theresa seems to be elsewhere. I leave the book on her bed instead. I wake to a tense aura in the air. It's still dark outside, and there's commotion murmuring around. I drag myself out of bed to follow the noise. Everyone is in the doorway of the head servants' quarters. For a second I fear the first injured Ophelia, but it's still dark out. Assumedly, Claude is still sleeping. I snake my way closer to the head servant's bed, eyes primed to look for blood. But no. Instead, there's Theresa. She's lying in the servant's bed, looking significantly worse for wear. What happened? I can't hide the panic in my voice.
Ellie!
Laughs, followed by a cough.
Relax. You look like you're standing over a deathbed.
I hope I'm not!
It's food poisoning. Minor food poisoning. In the sense that it's not going to kill us.
I jump, looking around for where the voice came from. Ophelia lies on the ground next to the bed, looking just as sickly.
And if I were to guess,
Her voice groans.
there might be something wrong with the most recent shipment of vegetables we received.
We did get them late, didn't we?
I wish I had just made that meal for myself, but I dragged you down with it.
She droops her hand over the bed, reaching out to Ophelia.
Then you would have been sick anyway. Emilio.
At least those vegetables weren't served to anyone else.
This is you, Alice.
We ought to have enough grain to last us until the next delivery. Be better to avoid eating any of those.
Not the most nutritious, but it will have to do.
She sighs, then lurches forward. For a moment, it looks like she's going to throw up. With a shaky breath, she reorients herself.
Eleanor,
Yes?
inform the prince about this change in meals. It ought to only last for a week.
Even now, she's focused on her job. Will he mind that it's not coming from the head servant?
Since your promotion, he'll probably prefer the news from you anyway.
Very well. I'll do so in the morning.
Days until coronation. 8.
And then the morning comes. The only thing in Theresa's bed is still the book from last night. As I get up to begin my day, I take it with me. The head servant's quarters are quiet. Ophelia is asleep on the floor. Theresa?
I'm awake. Oh, I felt better.
She chuckles, but it evolves into a cough. Is it getting worse? Should I be worried?
Oh no, I can muscle through this. You'd be surprised. We didn't get the best food when I was in war, so this isn't the first time I've dealt with it. It's hitting me harder than I remember, but nothing I can't handle.
That's a relief. I believe. Anyway, I brought you a book from the library. I pass the book over to her.
Ooh.
She opens the cover to read the synopsis.
Political intrigue and assassinations. The prince isn't treating you poorly, right?
No, I just picked this out because I thought you'd like it. Speaking of him, I should probably head up. I ought to inform him of the meal changes. I look over at Ophelia.
She's fine, don't worry. She's a tough woman. Even tougher than me. You go do that right away. We're cheering you on.
I open the door to Prince Claude's room. He's sitting at his desk. I wonder if he's writing in his diary again. He looks over at me, closing the journal he's writing in.
Ah, good morning, servant.
His reasoning for picking me specifically was because he thought I was interesting. And yet he refuses to even learn my name. Good morning, Your Majesty.
Today I'll be having you clean my bathroom. You've done such a lovely job with the room that there's nothing else for you to clean there.
Very well. And the head servant wanted me to tell you. Wait. Why am I letting this tool slip away? I ought to be keeping any information I have that he doesn't to myself. That she's come down with a cold, so breakfast might be late. We had to start the day with her out of commission.
Hmm? You seem rather choked up about it. It's just a cold. You bleeding hearts are incredibly pathetic.
I keep myself from sighing in relief.
Well, what are you waiting for? You have work ahead of you.
I enter the bathroom, worried for what I might find. However, there is no body or anything of that like. In fact, it's a rather normal amount of dirtiness. There's a ring around the bathtub and some splattered stains of what I can only assume is blood. Strangely, seeing it in a tub makes me feel less afraid to approach it. Easier to pretend it isn't from a murder, I suppose. Does he use this bathroom himself, or is it Claude? Thinking back, when I witnessed Claude being released, he had been in the bath. But I suppose that could still mean nothing. He can switch fast enough to eat a meal and then take the body back. I begin scrubbing the tub. You know, bathrooms are often disparaged as one of the worst places to clean, but I found the ones here almost relaxing. Perhaps it's because tile floors are one of the easier surfaces to scrub. Makes the work almost meditative. Huh. I just realized the first isn't trying to chat with me while I work. I poke my head out a crack to see what he's doing. He's still at his desk, writing in his diary. It's strange that he's so committed to preserving things for future historians when he plans on being the next ruler each time. Perhaps they're like reminders? If your life is that long, you probably need them. He notices me watching.
Have you finished with the bathroom already?
Not finished, but made progress. You seem very committed to writing that diary, Your Majesty.
Do you have a problem with it?
No, of course not. I just didn't realize you had that much of a passion for preservation.
Well, preservation is just one aspect. Journaling also helps one to catalogue their emotions and keep track of day's events.
I'm being lectured on the benefits of journaling by a madman. Do you need help cataloging your emotions, sir?
The day's events are what's most important. As the ruler, I have many duties to attend to. They can be difficult to keep track of. In fact, I have something to attend to in about an hour, so make sure you finish your current task before then, or I'll grow cross.
Huh? You're only bringing that up now?
Why do you look so surprised? Did you expect your only duties today would be cleaning my room? I told you I'd be attending the court soon. You don't have a lot of time left to finish. Better get right to it.
I head back into the bathroom, closing the door to curse in private. Obviously, this wouldn't be my only job. That isn't the issue. I get to it, trying my best to balance a good job with a fast one. When the hour passes, I've sweat through my first layer of clothing.
It's time to leave, have you?
He enters the bathroom, his voice trailing off in clear disappointment.
Ah, you have. Very well. Follow me. We're leaving.
I rise from the floor and do just that. He occasionally looks back at me. I wonder if he's hoping I say something. I don't. We arrive at the throne room. The royal guard is stationed all over. The first takes a seat at the throne, perched with pride. I am unsure where to stand. I suppose by his side?
That's far too forward, servant.
Then direct me where to go, Your Majesty. He narrows his eyes.
I may have told you that you are allowed to speak your mind, but that can only hold up in private. If a servant talks back to me in public, well, I'd have to make an example of them.
Have to. The only one who has to do anything here is Claude.
Ha! I can tell from your expression you're probably holding back something snide.
Damn it.
Servants stand near the door. I have soldiers who stand by my side. I will call upon you if I need you.
I begin to make my way to stand near the door.
Actually, servant!
I glance back.
Make me brunch. I can feel my stomach churning for food.
What a regal turn of phrase. Very well. Shall I bring it in here or the dining hall, since you don't like to eat in front of others?
How thoughtful of you. The dining hall is perfect.
I take off to the kitchen, trying to hide my irritation. The kitchen is empty at this hour. I believe the only reason the first is eating so late is because he wanted me to clean the bathroom. He could have asked another servant for it. But needless to say, he picks favorites. As I move closer to the food storage, my eye is drawn to the quarantined vegetables. I didn't tell the first about it. My mind registered it as a tool to be used. But for a tool, it has a very limited window of use. If I really wanted to use it, I'd have to use it soon. Oh, God, I'm really considering this, aren't I? I ought to talk myself out of something so rash. Well, there's rash, and then there's seizing an opportunity. If Claude was struck with food poisoning, then the first wouldn't possess him for the duration of his illness. No one would be there to stop me from... No, I really can't be thinking about that. After all, what if it doesn't go the way it was supposed to? What if Claude is more fragile, or some other problem unique to royals who barely leave the home? What if instead a little sickness like this kills him? Losing him would be horrible. But it would put an end to all this, wouldn't it? I stop in my tracks from my own horrible thought. It's not the first time I've thought of something like this. But it is the first time I've thought about it since I've met the real Claude. This plan is supposed to help him. If I'm having thoughts like that... I exhale. And begin making him a normal brunch. I don't touch the vegetables. When the meal is finished, I re-enter the throne room, taking care to only do so when I hear no commotion. However, it appears my senses weren't accurate enough. The room isn't empty of guests. Kneeling on the floor in front of the throne is a young woman.
Your Majesty, please!
I have already made my words known. If you continue to defile my royal space with your pitiful tears, then the consequences will be dire. Leave this castle at once.
He can't fight. Please make an exception!
He said consequences would be dire, you fool! You're going to end up like... I ought to do something. My act of defiance takes the form of a cough. I lean over, doing my best impression of a truly awful cough. While I continue playing the part, I ever so briefly shoot the young woman a wide-eyed look. I can't afford much clarity right now, but I hope it is enough. She sits up and wipes out her eyes.
Servant, leave. Do not return until this coughing fit is done. Don't think I didn't notice you interrupting us in the first place.
I give him a nod and make my way toward the door again.
Thank you for granting me an audience, Your Majesty. I think I leave as well.
The woman speaks in a shaky voice as she stands. I glance between her and the first, and hold the door open so she may leave. This is the correct course of action, I believe. Even if she's been insulted by the prince, she still ranks me above since she was the one granted audience. She still ranks above me. Well. She turns. Her movements sagged. Surely full of conflicted feelings. Her cheeks are stained by tears, and her hair is unkempt from the outburst. As she passes through the door, she looks at me and mouths the words.
Thank you.
I begin to leave the room as well.
Stop, servant. Come back in the room. Close the door behind you.
Damn it! The door shuts with a heavy thud.
Guards, leave the room. I must speak with my servant in private.
Damn it. There's a pause in the guards' movements. I can tell they too fear what will happen to me. An order is an order, though. They leave the room in a single file line. Only when the guard leaves and the room is silent does he speak.
I see your cough has cleared. Do you really think I'm a simpleton?
My apologies, Your Majesty.
I had no plans of killing her. Oh, don't look so surprised. I wouldn't expect my energy with a peasant as lowly as her. I wouldn't expend my energy with a peasant as lowly as her. Did you see how she carried herself? Killing her would just be doing her a favor. She'll probably waste away soon enough. Perhaps she'll die of sadness. I was merely going to have the guards escort her out, and if they were a little too rough with her and she found herself with broken bones, then whose fault is that really? She was warned.
I apologize for the outburst, Your Majesty. How best to appeal to him? When you said the consequences would be dire to her, I had dreaded that I would have to clean her off the floor like I did with your last victim. I was just trying to prevent myself from having to do unnecessary work. Honestly, I don't know if this is any better of a stance to take. However, it is something new.
Oh, it is hard to stay mad at you when you still find so many ways to be entertaining. Such a bold way of pretending that seeing her body wouldn't have emotionally affected you.
I clench my jaw. It's good. It's good that he's entertained. But my blood is boiling.
You still require punishment, but perhaps I'll keep it light for entertaining me. And you cannot interfere with my work again, or I will pick your eyes from your skull with my blade.
Bastard.
I will have to deliberate upon it.
Perhaps you can think about it over your food. Your brunch is in the dining hall.
Ah, finally. I was tired of waiting.
He walks toward the door, the click of his heeled boots growing farther away. I exhale as soon as he leaves. I had forgotten how much larger this is than just me and Claude. The rest of the day lacks anything as notably terrible as that incident. Not that it's pleasant, far from it. It's still time with the first. The rest of his meetings are with other nobles, or people who know how to walk around his moods. My own work is rather hands-off. All I have to do is hold open doors, escort parties to a different room, or bring foods to the guests. Soon, I am dismissed. I head back to the servants' quarters to breathe before meeting with Claude again. I peek my head into the head servant's chamber. Theresa? Ophelia? I hear a groan from the dark room. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you asleep?
Yes, but don't worry about it.
I just wanted to make sure you're all okay.
We are, sweetheart. A little sleep makes me feel a little better as well.
So, you all feel better?
I don't feel perfect yet. It's for the best that we stay resting, but if it comes to it...
Please don't push yourself.
I can't make any promises. At least the prince has had that fascination with you, Eleanor. He'd want me back to work by now otherwise.
Right. Is there anything I can get for you two? Do you need some company?
No. Ophelia has been wonderful company.
You as well.
I smile a little. Good for them. In a way. Good to know. I'll stop bothering you all then. I shut the door of the room and take a breath. It's already improving, so... I hope I don't regret this. But it's bigger than me. It's bigger than Claude. I begin making a dish. It's something simple. A meat dish with plentiful vegetables at the side. and a heaping of mashed potatoes mixed in. You can't tell there's anything wrong with it. This is to help him too. As I approach Claude's room, I catch the hints of a conversation. Am I too early? I press my ear against the wooden door. The sound is muffled.
I order you. Should. Did you catch that?
Emilio.
So you should. Her brother. Free?
Oh, that's a different voice.
Just don't. Can't tell anyone.
Can't tell anyone. Maybe I shouldn't be listening. I sneak off to the end of the hallway. Then I walk back towards the room, being intentionally loud with my steps. Just as planned, before I can even reach the door, it opens. An erudite man leaves the room, looking surprisingly pleased with himself. He gives me a nod as I pass him in the hall.
Oh, you're the prince's personal servant, correct?
Yes, sir.
Prince sure is strange, isn't he? I just can't understand him.
He sure is, isn't he? I give an awkward laugh. It seemed that was all the man wanted to share. He continues down the hall. Claude is standing in his room. Is he? Your Majesty?
Eleanor. I told you that you don't have to call me that.
He smiles softly. I sigh in relief. What were you doing in here? Who was that?
Oh, the man who left? That's Roscoe. He's the royal scribe.
I thought no one else knew about you. That you couldn't talk to anyone else.
Not about the first, but that wasn't what I was discussing.
Then what were you talking about?
Do you remember the woman who came to see the first? The one you coughed to get to calm down?
Yes.
She was devastated that her brother had been drafted for the war. He has a condition, one that causes severe tremors, and wouldn't even be able to hold a blade. That draft was even more of a death sentence than it is already.
Oh. My heart sinks. Whoa. My heart sinks to think about that event.
I ordered Roscoe to officially pardon her brother and release him from the draft.
You can do that?
Of course I can. I'm the prince, after all.
He stands tall and puffs his chest. You know what I mean, though. The first. How is this going to go down with him?
Hopefully he'll never find out. This isn't the first time I've done something like this. I had to tell Roscoe that if he ever discusses what happens behind this door to anyone, even myself, that I'll swiftly behead him.
That's one way to buy silence. So you've been helping people behind closed doors this whole time? That's really admirable.
It's not. Please don't mistake this for heroism. This is nowhere near enough to fix the horrors that the first inflicts, and can never be. The only reason I can get away with things like this is because they're small enough that he would never hear about it. If I went any farther, if I tried to stop the draft completely or something like that, then the first would know immediately, and I don't know. I don't want to know how he'd retaliate against my little rebellion.
The only real way to fix his horrors is if we could get rid of him.
Yes.
Well, even if it's small, you saved a man's life today. I think that's... The guilt squirms in my chest. Cause for a reward, right? He beams in sheer excitement.
You really did it. You made a meal just for me.
Did you think I was lying to you?
Oh, no, I just... You don't know how much this means to me.
He takes the meal from me and begins to scarf it down. Whoa, hey, you'll choke! He pauses, mid-chew.
Sorry, I forgot that I didn't have to eat fast. It's wonderful.
He rubs one of his eyes with the base of his hand.
My apologies, I'm getting a bit misty.
A few tears fall as he finishes his meal.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I said I was tired tonight, and that I wanted to head back early. In all honesty, I just wanted to get it all over with. I couldn't stand to be in that room any longer. Although... I am tired. For the past few days, I've been thrown all around. I like to just head to bed now. As I walk by, I peek into the head servant's chamber. They're sleeping. I can see their chests rising and gently rising and falling with their breaths. It's good to know things didn't suddenly get worse. They deserve some privacy. Then I head to my own bed for the night.
Days until coronation. 7.
I'm shaken awake.
Eleanor! Eleanor!
What?
It's the prince. He's...
He's... what?
He's fallen ill, and he's requesting you.
Pity you.
Fallen ill. I get up, holding my breath. As I reach the royal chambers, I'm surprised to see a guard in front of the prince's door. I give a curtsy as my greeting. Hello?
Nolan, this is you.
Good morning, Eleanor, correct?
I nod.
Right, I remember you from yesterday during the prince's meetings. He's been asking for you, by name, surprisingly. I suppose he didn't expect anyone to know who you wanted otherwise.
Is he all right?
See for yourself.
The guard moves away from the door so I can enter. What am I waiting for? I have to see him. I have to make sure he's fine. I enter. Claude is lying in bed, looking haggard. He brings his hand to his dry lips and coughs. I highly doubt the first is in control. In a state like this... I can read. In a state... It's been a long night.
Fight Nolan.
In a state like this, I highly doubt the first is in control. Are you all right?
Eleanor.
He hacks another cough.
I hate to ask this, but could you bring me the waste bin from the bathroom?
It's that bad, huh? He nods.
I don't know what happened. It just hit me overnight.
That's my fault. He stares up at me. His eyes. His expression has hints of fear, but I can tell. He's hanging on to every word I say. I can't do it. I must have accidentally carried what the head servant caught to you. He relaxes in his bed, as if falling back into a dream.
Don't blame yourself for that. I'm glad that I got to see you at all. It's worth it.
It is?
Well, it certainly doesn't feel good, but the first isn't here. And you are. So it really isn't so bad.
The first isn't here? Obviously he isn't. But I have to make sure before the rest of my plan. Claude shakes his head no.
It began during the night, so when he returned in the morning, he immediately rejected my body. I don't know where he is now. Probably off sulking. It's not like he can do much without me.
That's good, I suppose. Maybe I ought to take this opportunity.
Take this opportunity? What do you mean?
His voice is shaking. I can go and get help.
Eleanor, no, please, we talked about this. It would be too dangerous. I don't want you or anyone else getting hurt.
If we let this pass without doing anything, we'll waste it.
Please, Eleanor, please.
I'm trying to help you. Don't you want to be free?
I don't want to be alone. I finally have someone I can talk to. I've been completely alone for a year. Can't you understand? I don't want you to leave me. I don't want to drive you away or lose you. You're all I have. I want to be free. I want that more than anything. But I can't be alone again. It's like finally having water after weeks without it. I've been trying not to be too intense, to not irritate you, but Eleanor... Eleanor, It hurts.
All pretense is lost. His face aches in sheer desperation. His grip on my hand tightens. Claude. His face falls.
Oh God. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't. You're scared of me now, aren't you?
He releases his grip, sinking back down into the bed.
I'm sorry. I got too afraid. You can do whatever you want. I don't want to put pressure on you. Please forget that happened.
His voice cracks. I place my hand on his shoulder. He stiffens up at my touch. It's okay. I take a deep breath. I'm sorry that I couldn't tell. That you've been this desperate.
Please. Please just forget about that.
That doesn't change anything. He lets out a small groan. I want to help you still. Of course you're lonely. I ought to have guessed. That was foolish of me. Just because you're lonely and scared doesn't mean anything changes.
What? What do you mean?
I'm not scared of you. Knowing that you've been this lonely doesn't change how I feel about you. He wipes his eyes.
I'm so relieved. Thank you. Thank you so much. I was so scared.
I inhale. This doesn't change anything. Well, that's not entirely true. It does change some things. Just not what I'm going to do. It's just going to hurt a lot more. I'll stay by you. Don't worry.
Thank you.
His voice trembles. I'm going to do whatever I can to help you. Okay?
Thank you for being by my side.
He starts to sob. I rub a circle on his back with my hand. He's so warm. He must have a fever. His quickened breath eventually returns to normal, and then slows further. Soon, he's fast asleep. He is sick, after all. My breath hitches in turn. If I don't do this, I won't have another chance. I stand up. I'll return. I promise. He only snores back. I leave the room.
How did it go? I heard shouting.
It It was fine. Make sure people are checking in on him, okay?
Isn't that your duty?
No. I have a different duty now. Just make sure he's being taken care of.
Very well.
I don't run into anyone on the way to the stable. I lead one of the horses to the path outside. She's a patient girl, gentle in temperament. Oh! Claude. I'll be as fast as I can, okay? You probably won't forgive me. But I hope this will really help.
Yo!
That was so good!
Ah, that was awesome.
Oh,
Important,
my God.
it does not end there. This is just the demo. It is still in production, so we are waiting on the next 3 chapters, I believe. This is just chapter 1 of a 4-part. So, if you want to see the rest of the story sooner, go support it over on Itch.io. Go support the creator over on Ko-Fi. Both of those, it is Seely Beans, Ceelibeans. You can help get this produced just that little bit faster. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. It's been a long one, but it has been deeply enjoyable. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great Halloween.
Join us next week for the real-life wedding of me and Zach.
Yes!
It's gonna be great.
That's not being live streamed, just so you know. It's a D&D
It's a
special
D&D
based
game
on the
that
wedding.
Kyle ran.
We're not live streaming the wedding. Very important. Very
We're not
important.
live
It's
streaming the
next
wedding.
weekend, though.
They're lying. They're live streaming the wedding. You guys should come attend, watch.
Don't do that.
Get tickets.
In fact, the wedding is at...
No! Alright, gang. Peach and love. Thanks for joining. Bye!